Marine archaeologists have found the 2,000-year-old remains of a human being while excavating the Antikythera shipwreck, which once led to the discovery of the super advanced Antikythera Mechanism. Hello, what is going down? I'm Charlotte and you have tuned in to IO, where we talk about everything happening in your world. Before we get into it, here's a question for you. What is your favorite ancient civilization? Mine's Egyptian. Write your responses down below. If you have any questions for us, don't forget that at the end of our videos we reply to our favorite comments from previous videos. Alright, let's get into it because I'm actually really excited about this one. Only 3 weeks ago, researchers from the Hellenic Ministry of Culture and Sports and the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution were excavating at 165 feet deep when they came across the partial remains of a human being. It was buried under 2 feet of sand and a bunch of pieces of pottery from the shipwreck. The skeleton was so well preserved, researchers actually think they might be able to extract DNA from the genetic material that still exists within it. It's extremely rare that skeletons are preserved this well underwater. The presence of water usually means that organic matter decomposes, but not in this case. If scientists are able to extract DNA from the skeleton, it will be the first time DNA is pulled from such an ancient underwater sample. Upon analysis of the skeleton, scientists believe it was a young man. If DNA can be extracted from his remains, his eye color, hair color, and where he's from and who his ancestors were will also be determined. This person traveled on the ship that was transporting an extremely advanced mechanism, more advanced than thought possible for that time period. Hopefully this mystery man will help us determine where the mechanism came from. If this is your first time hearing about the Antikythera shipwreck, here's a crash course. And if you're like me and you love learning about the ancient world and anthropology, this next part of the video is for you. The Antikythera ship sank around 65 BC near Crete. It had multiple levels and could house quite a few passengers. Before it sank, likely from breaking apart after a storm, it was traveling from the eastern Mediterranean to other parts of Europe, most likely Rome. It was transporting luxury goods, and among them was an ancient analog computer, which has since been named the Antikythera Mechanism. This analog computer is a complex clockwork mechanism that was made up of 30 interlinked bronze gears. So what was it for? It was used to predict astronomical positions and lunar and solar eclipses. It was also used to track the dates of the Olympic Games, which originated in Greece. Knowledge of this technology was lost at some point in history. Before archaeologists found it, it was believed that mechanical astronomical clocks only surfaced in the late 14th century in Europe. That's a whole 1,000 years. The shipwreck and the mechanism were actually discovered in the year 1901 by sponge divers. All the visible artifacts that were on the surface of the water were collected at the time. Archaeologists knew that much of the ship's cargo could have been still at the site, buried under sediment. Since 1900, upon returning to the site, several interesting artifacts were found, including something called a war dolphin. A war dolphin was a teardrop-shaped lead weight that the ancient Greeks used as a defensive weapon to smash hostile ships. Wow, the ancient Greeks smashed ships with tears? That's pretty badass. It was only until 3 weeks ago that archaeologists found the skeleton. Hopefully, analysis of the skeleton could point in the direction of who made the mechanism. But current knowledge suggests that the mechanism's prediction strategy wasn't based on Greek trigonometry, which didn't exist at the time the ship sank, but on Babylonian arithmetical methods, which were actually borrowed by the Greeks. What does that mean? It means that the mechanism was already really friggin' old when the ship sank, which is like so cool. Okay guys, I'm now gonna reply to a few of your comments from previous videos. Kevin Geidel asked on our Body of Dead Dragon video, Charlotte, Jared or Charlie, who do you like more? They're both pretty rad guys, to be honest. I don't really have a favorite. Who's your favorite? Alright, next comment was left on the Dead Dragon video as well by Jillian A. She said, I love you, Charlotte. Is that your natural hair color? It's beautiful. First of all, hi Jillian, thank you, you rock, and yes, it is my natural hair color. Alrighty, last comment was left on our Syrian rebel blows himself up from a selfie video. Clorox Bleach said, legend has it if you give Charlotte bleach early, she will reply. Unfortunately, Bleach, I can't reply if I have drank you. I would be dead. I would ask you if you could maybe come over later because I'm washing my white clothes and I could really use your help. That's all for now guys. If you want to connect with me, follow me on Instagram at Charlie Chaplin, maybe subscribe to my personal YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!